Welcome, Scorpio, to your monthly reading for February 2023. Let's have a look at what energies surround you this month and what messages Spirit has for you. So your overall energy is the hummingbird spirit, and it says, be here now. We have the tarot as how the energies are likely to play out, or the 4-week timeline for it. We have the 10 of Pentacles. We have the 6 of Pentacles. Sorry, I'm saying Pentacles. I don't know why. I've got money on the brain, I think. Sorry, Scorpio. So we have the 10 of Wands. We have the 6 of Wands. We have the 6 of Pentacles. And we have the Hermit. Now, I'm still really thinking Pentacles for your reading, so it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. But I think all your hard work, I think, is leading to these Pentacles, and I'm seeing the Pentacles here as coin, so as resources. You have as additional information, you have inner map, and you have inner fire. Oh wow. And with this be here now, I'm really feeling there's a sense of maybe inner work to be done, or maybe the inner work's been done and now it's manifesting out in the world. Though we do finish with the Hermit. Let's have a quick look at how this is going to play out. So you have the hummingbird spirit, and it says be here now. Now I'm really getting a sense of struggling to be in the here and now, Scorpio. For some reason, I'm really feeling, you know how the hummingbirds they stay on the spot pretty much, but their wings, you can almost can't see their wings because they're moving so fast, and that enables them to really hover. But for some reason, I'm getting this almost like a duck on a pond, where the duck looks calm on the pond and its little legs are going like crazy underneath to keep itself where it is and to stop the current from taking it. And that's kind of the feeling that I'm getting from this hummingbird spirit for you, Scorpio. There's a sense of, I'm wondering if you're into the future, you're projecting yourself into the future. And what I mean by that is you're focused on the future, and there's a sense that I feel this be here now. There's a sense of needing to be centered, especially with these two inner cards, and the Hermit, which is the inner work, and the 7 on here, which is the number of spirituality, of insight. And there's, I think I was going to say, I feel like you might miss something. Now, we never miss what is meant for us. But I think the feeling that I get of something missed, it's not like you're going to miss an opportunity, but I feel like you might miss the point. There's a sense that if you're too focused on the future, and I feel the majority of us kind of are, because we've the energies of, you know, the last 3 years, but especially the last 2 years, 2021 and 2022, for the majority of us have been really difficult. So there's hope for 2023 to be different, and to really get us out there. And I don't normally talk about astrology, but it's funny, this month I'm being really drawn to in a lot of the readings. But with Jupiter in Aries and with Mars having gone direct, all the planets are direct. Uranus has gone direct at the end of the month, so it's probably still moving a bit slow as we start this. Mercury went direct on the 18th and Mars went direct on the 12th of January. So they're still in their, you know, going direct stage, in their kind of, I think they call it shadow stage. But there's this sense of everything's opening up, and I think we feel that, and it can project us too far into the future. So it's almost like well, for you, Scorpio, this is your reading, but I'm really getting a sense of be in the now and plan for the future. So sit and plan for the future. You know, in a map, I'm getting this sense of map it out, but then come out of that space and be in the now. And it's funny actually, because last night I was actually listening to a little short on YouTube from Eckhart Tolle, and he was saying we think the now is something we have to overcome just to get to the next thing. And that's funny that I heard that yesterday, because I feel that's exactly the message of your whole reading, Scorpio. It's like we can't do anything in the future. It hasn't happened yet. We can only make things happen in the now. So there's this real sense of living in the now, but plan for the future. Sit, plan for the future, but don't think about it all the time. Don't make it your whole, don't make it that your now moment, your here and now is taken up with plans for the future. Now, the reason why I'm really feeling that is the way the cards are playing out. The Ten of Wands, the Six of Wands, the Six of Pentacles. Now I feel these three cards are the journey, and I love the way the Hermit kind of, he almost looks like he's above and looking down. I'm almost seeing the Hermit in this reading, Scorpio, as your higher self, and I feel it's guiding you forward. It knows the way, it knows what you've been through. And there's a sense that this is your higher self. This is the universe. This is God. This is the intangible. And it guides with the star. And it's peaceful. It's wise. Very wise energy. Because it doesn't embody the ego at all. It really sees beyond that. And so there's a sense of you doing in the real physical world, but being guided by your higher self. So in your reading, Scorpio, I'm going to call it your higher self because of all this inner map and inner fire, but interchange that with God or spirit, the universe. However, I use all those terms interchangeably because I believe it's all one and the same. But you apply that and you use the terminology that sits with you and how you understand what the unseen, the unknown. And there's this sense of there's work ahead, or you're working now. There's a sense of I just got getting your ducks in a row, which is an odd message for the Ten of Wands. But I really feel that this Ten of Wands is not just the physically doing, but I feel it's also the planning. It's the whole doing part in the world. Like, I find that it's the tangible things we can do, the planning, the taking steps, you know, trial and error of how we're going to move forward. I'm really seeing this Ten of Wands as when you take the first step, the next step will be revealed to you. Now I'm feeling that it's the Ten of Wands because I'm feeling that it's hard, Scorpio. I'm just not going to sugarcoat it. It's hard because I feel that there's fears, there's uncertainty, there's the unknown. You're kind of taking a step forward, not knowing what your next step is. And we've all been there. Oh my gosh. And it takes courage and it takes real dedication. There's another word that I'm trying to search for that's on the tip of my tongue. And as soon as I stop trying to think about it, I know Spirit will give it to me. but there's this sense of really, they're really knowing that this is the path. And I'm not saying that once you're on the straight path, you're on the straight path. You'll take a step, and then 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 each step comes from the previous step. And I feel that you know kind of where you want to go. There's a goal, or there's a dream in mind, like there's an end result in mind. And that's kind of like your beacon. But how you're going to get there and what this will eventually look like when you get there, I'm kind of feeling who knows? Who knows, Scorpio? And I think you're okay with that. I really think you're okay with that. And I get the feeling with this inner, you've been doing the inner work. There is, the Hermit's here, there is higher understanding, there is wisdom. And if you haven't got that yet, or if you don't feel like that you're quite there, as you begin this journey, you will certainly start to see that, you'll start to feel that. And I feel that you know that this is guiding you, even if it doesn't end up looking how you envisage it, how you see it. I feel that it's actually, you know that it'll be what is meant for you, so you're okay with that. And so you're happy to put in this work, even though it's unknown, even though there's so many moments of uncertainty, so many moments where you kind of, because you can't see 3 steps ahead, I think at times you can't even see 2. Sometimes that first step that you can see is going to be a struggle, because it's like, okay, well, when I do that, I can't see the next one. So I do feel that there is a lot of uncertainty around this. But almost as reassurance, the Spirit has given you the 6 of Wands. And this is success. And this is achievement. This is victory. And I feel that that's what this is saying. Every step that you take, another one will open and you'll see. So as you take more steps and more steps and more steps, you'll actually see, oh, actually, it's not that you can see further ahead, though you might be able to start to see more steps, but it's just that it gives you the courage. It gives you, thank you, I just got the word. It's the conviction to keep moving forward every step by step. I knew the word would come the minute I kind of stopped trying to think about it. So it's this conviction towards your dreams and your goals, which is this star that is guiding your higher self. And every step that you take, and Scorpio, I'm going to say to you here, every courageous step that you take, because it takes courage to move forward when we can't see the bigger picture, we can't see all the steps. And I almost feel, because this 6 of Wands is actually heading, like they're actually looking at each other, I feel you'll be receiving. So you could be receiving wisdom, you can be receiving like accolades or money, or people are coming in and they're sort of giving you information that you need, but this is very tangible. This is very receiving something, but in that really helps you move forward, and that you can see. It's not hidden. And so every step that you take, it's almost like this, the 2 6s here. I mean, how beautiful is that? You know, the 2 6s are saying, look, every step that you take, there'll be some form of success. There'll be some form of receiving that then gives you the next step. So you're not doing this. You may feel you're going into this blind, Scorpio, but trust that you're not. Trust that you're not. And I feel that's why the hummingbird is your overall spirit in your spirit, message in your reading, Scorpio. It's this: be present. Don't get flustered. Don't try to think too much ahead. Don't try to have 10 steps before you're willing to take the first one. Don't think that you have to have it all figured out. It's not at all. This month is, it's just, if you can think of a step, even if it's the most minute thing, making a phone call, sending an email, getting out of the house. Because this could be anything. This could be, apply it to how it resonates in your life, Scorpio. I mean, it can be moving, it can be relationships, it can be our health and improving our health, changing jobs, finding your calling, whatever this is in your life, apply it to that, Scorpio. And this hermit here, this higher self, you know, you are being guided, so don't be afraid. And we are at our most intuitive when we are in the now, when we are right here. So that's going to be really important, Scorpio. And then we have the 2 oracles as additional information. And the first one is in a map. And it says, you were born with a map tucked into your heart that wants to guide you with love every step of the wild way. Resist following anyone else's map and have faith that you cannot mess up this plan that you've been given. You have access to all it takes to bring your purpose to life. Oh, this couldn't have said it better. And I feel as well, by being in the now, you know, sometimes when we can't see ahead, you know, we talk to people around us and we say, oh, you know, I'm thinking of doing this, or maybe doing this, or maybe doing that. And as we try to nut it out, people will also want to help, so they'll give their points of view. And I love how it says, resist following anyone else's map, because people give advice from what they have learned, from their journey. And I feel there's always benefit from listening to others, because that's how we gain wisdom. We listen, and then without judgment, we see how that sits with us. Does it resonate with our values, our beliefs? And sometimes it resonates so much that it tweaks or completely changes our values and our beliefs. And that's how we grow and evolve. But there's this sense of being discerning as to what advice you listen to. And there's a real sense here with this hermit of being guided by your higher self, and maybe less with what people say. But I would still listen, Scorpio. I would really still listen. I really feel we're social beings. We're not meant to be on our own. And the hermit here actually is a great reminder that we need to follow our inner guidance. We need to follow, you know, sometimes we need moments of solitude, but like I often say, all the cards have a positive and a negative. And the hermit, you know, sometimes we can get, you know, he can get like iced in, where he physically can't move, so his feet get sort of iced to the land, like he becomes stuck, if you like, for want of a better word. And it's easy to get comfortable in this hermit mode, where we don't socialize so much and we think we can do it all on our own. But that's not the positive traits of the hermit. The hermit is, we need moments of solitude, we need moments of going within, But then that's so that we can get ourselves clear, centered, aligned, so then we go back into the world and share and give. Like, I really feel with this Six of Pentacles, Scorpio, you're going to get to a point, I feel at first you're going to be receiving, but then there's going to be a point where then everything that you're doing, you're receiving to be able to give back. Or what you've been giving, you're actually going to receive back. There's this beautiful exchange of energy, resources, knowledge, wisdom. It's beautiful. And then we finish your reading, Scorpio, with inner fire. And it says, tending to your inner fire regularly keeps your creativity blazing. When working on a project, stoke it every day. This momentum will keep you going until completion. Keep it burning and it will light the way. These two cards are just a beautiful analogy for your whole reading. I love how these cards everything just resonates. And this is that, you know, you will need to keep momentum, because when you're doing it one step at a time, and literally, Scorpio, really feel it's one step and then like almost pausing, and then it's like, oh, suddenly you'll be like, oh, I can do this, and then it's another little step. And the pauses might be long, they might be short. And so there's this sense of inner fire, of keeping that goal, that dream inside, in your heart. And I feel that's why the Hermit's here, because every time you pause, you can realign with yourself, with your values, with your dreams, with your goals, and that's going to spur you on. Beautiful reading for you for February, Scorpio. Love and light, my friends. Have a wonderful month, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.